Q1205, according to 14 CFR Part 107, who is responsible for determining the performance of a small unmanned aircraft? A. Remote pilot in command. B. Manufacturer. C. Owner or operator. The correct answer is A. The remote PIC is in charge of making sure that every flight can be completed safely, doesn't present an unnecessary risk, and doesn't raise the possibility of losing positive control. 1206. What effect does an uphill terrain slope have on launch performance? A. Increases launch speed. B. Increases launch distance. C. Decreases launch distance. The correct answer is B. The component of weight along the aircraft's inclination path is what causes the influence of runway slope on launch distance. A downslope would provide an accelerating force component, whereas an upslope would produce a retarding force component. When there is an upslope, rolling friction and drag are combined with the retarding force component to lessen the net accelerating force. 1207. The most critical conditions of launch performance are the result of some combination of high gross weight, altitude, temperature, and A. Unfavorable wind. B. Obstacles surrounding the launch site. C. Power plant systems. The correct answer is A. Unfavorable wind conditions can have a significant impact on the launch performance of a small unmanned aircraft. Headwinds can increase the required takeoff distance and reduce climb performance, while tailwinds can decrease the required takeoff distance but increase the risk of an over-rotation or runway overrun. Crosswinds can also create difficulties during takeoff, causing the aircraft to drift off course or experience a loss of directional control. Therefore, it is essential to consider wind conditions when planning a safe and successful launch of a small unmanned aircraft. 1208. Maximum endurance is obtained at the point of minimum power to maintain the aircraft. A. In steady, level flight. B. In a long-range descent. C. At its slowest possible indicated airspeed. The correct answer is A. Endurance is the amount of time an aircraft can remain airborne on a given amount of fuel. To maximize endurance, the aircraft must operate at the point of minimum power required to maintain level flight. This is because the power required to maintain level flight is directly related to the drag generated by the aircraft, and minimizing power required also minimizes drag, allowing the aircraft to fly for a longer period of time. Additionally, in steady, level flight, the aircraft is not climbing or descending, which minimizes changes in altitude and airspeed, and thus minimizes variations in power required to maintain the desired flight condition. 1209. When range and economy of operation are the principal goals, the remote pilot must ensure that the sUAS will be operated at the recommended A. Specific endurance. B. Long-range cruise performance. C. Equivalent at speed. The correct answer is B. When the goal is to achieve the maximum range and economy of operation, the remote pilot must ensure that the sUAS is operated at its long-range cruise performance. This involves flying at the speed that provides the maximum amount of distance per unit of fuel. Operating at this speed ensures that the sUAS is flying at its most efficient point and helps to conserve fuel and increase the range. Operating at specific endurance or equivalent airspeed may not provide the best range and economy of operation and can result in higher fuel consumption and shorter range. 1210. What is the best source for sUAS performance data and information? A. Manufacturer publications. B. Pilot reports. C. Estimates based upon similar systems. The correct answer is A. The manufacturer is responsible for testing and certifying the aircraft's performance capabilities, so their publications will provide the most accurate and reliable information. Pilot reports, option B, and estimates based upon similar systems, option C, may provide some useful information, but they are not as reliable as manufacturer publications.